Okay.
Jupiter, how's it going? Welcome to the SAINTCON Hallway Talks.
Thanks for having me, I guess.
What has been the funnest thing or the thing that you've been most proud about that's happened SAINTCON 2022?
Oh, the funnest thing, getting a day where I don't have a lot of presentations and things and just hanging out around the con, meeting people. It's my favorite thing.
What day is that?
Today.
Today, no talks today.
I've been sitting on the expo floor the entire day today and meeting about 1,000 people, handing out mini badges.
I was going to say, I've seen people walk up to you and you hand them something that may look like a drug deal in small plastic bags, and they walk away ecstatic like maybe it is a drug deal. I'm not sure.
It is a drug deal. It's like an addiction of sorts. No, so the mini badges. In fact, I'll put one up here in the frame so you can kind of see it here. But I'm handing out all kinds of mini badges. This one right here, if that one works, is a four-piece set, and it's a conversation badge. So what I've been doing is handing out a set of mini badges and asking people about their first hack.
What's your first hack?
My first hack?
You got to earn that mini badge.
Yeah, well, I guess so. So my first hack is one, let's see, I've got so many and I don't remember which one was first. But one of my first ones was breaking into a library's modem, like dialing in for the card catalog, and it was on an old DEC system. And
was this Dewey Decimal?
Yeah, it was Dewey Decimal System, right? But no, breaking into a dial-in line for a card catalog system for the local library, and being able, it was an old DEC system, so you were able to like do the telnet control break thing and get out to a system prompt. And from there, this thing was connected to the internet. It was the first internet-connected device that I'd ever connected to ever. And so there were commands and other things on the system, and so I learned Unix and started connecting to all sorts of different things. So
awesome.
that's my first, what? You can do something with this? This is amazing. So, yeah, there you go.
If you could only have one tool to defend against attackers, what is it?
One tool to defend against attackers. Oh. Not sure. I mean, there's so many tools that are necessary to be good at that. But I'll go out on a limb and I'll say use good user education. Like if the users were educated the way that we wish they all could be, I think that would help a lot.
That's a great answer. I like it. If you're not infosecing, you're not beeping, you're not computering, not ITing in general, what are you doing?
Ooh.
I know I just removed 95% of your life.
Right.
But
so I enjoy doing things like ATV riding and some of those other types of things. So that's spending time with family, those kinds of things.
We're not counting war driving on an ATV.
No, and I don't think I've ever done that. I mean, that could be kind of a fun thing to
Hashtag
do.
war drive ATV.
Yeah, so ATV riding, just getting out, you know.
All right, I got a logical question for you.
Okay.
If you have a meeting at noon and it got pushed back 2 hours, what time is it?
And it got pushed back 2 hours, that would be 2 o'clock, right?
Okay. Well, it depends on the person. So that's why I'm asking. All right, just seeing how your mind's working.
Okay. Was that correct or no?
Depends on who you ask.
Okay.
Could be 10 a.m. Could
pushed back. Yeah, I mean, for me, that's...
There's the whole thing about perspective of how you see yourself with time.
Yeah,
and it answers something about you that's smarter than me, and we're not going to get into that.
I'm
with
sure
the time we have.
somebody can psychoanalyze that, for sure.
What technical achievement are you most proud of?
Technical achievement.
So not ATV riding?
Right. So the best technical achievement that I'm most proud of is probably standardizing network implementation in a way that has made a network that I've been responsible for building become something that is super sustainable, super standard, and doesn't require a ton of resources to manage and run, but that has been stable for many, many years and has not had to have a lot of forklift growth and change over and other things as a result of how well we implemented it and built it and standardized it.
Yeah, that sounds like a great technical achievement.
Yeah.
What is your favorite place you've ever traveled to?
I don't get to do a lot of travel. Most favorite place I've ever traveled to, probably something as simple as just Mexico. Getting out of the country. Again, I've never been to Europe in my life, which is kind of weird.
SAINTCON Europe?
Maybe. SAINTCON 2023 Europe edition. But yeah, just Mexico. I've been to a couple other places in Central America, and things, but I'm not well traveled.
The first email address or handle you ever picked?
Ooh, first handle I ever picked, Sur del Mar.
What, say that?
Sur del Mar. It's Spanish for south of the sea or south of the ocean or whatever. And I don't know, it just sounded cool to me. And so back in the early days playing Diablo or, video games and things, that was always my character's name.
Sur del Mar.
Sur del
You're
Mar.
out there duping items with Sur del Mar.
Absolutely duping items or soft icing, memory registers, whatever it was.
Perfect. What is something that people don't know about you?
Ooh. I don't know. I'm a pretty open book kind of person. I guess maybe I'm pretty introverted too. I don't know. I'm a technical geek, right? I think being introverted is part of the thing.
Somebody wants to come up and talk to you, but
Okay.
they're scared to. What's something they can talk to you about that is something you're always willing to chat about?
I'm always loving to talk about new cybersecurity ideas, things. And one of my favorite things, and maybe this isn't what to talk about, but I love to be around when somebody has that aha moment, when they start to understand, like when we send people over to our lockpicking areas and stuff, and they have that aha moment that shows that, hey, I can make this do something it was never intended to do, and you can see that hacker mentality seed get planted in their brain, and it's never going to come back out of their brain. That's a fundamental change in thinking and process, and I see it every year, and normally it's with the younger kids and those types of folks, but you can get 50, 60-year-old people coming in here and realizing, you can really pick locks. I mean, I've seen it on TV, but it's as easy as I thought or whatever, and they have that aha moment, and it changes careers. It changes trajectory of people's lives.
So you like giving people viruses?
So I like people giving.
No,
I guess if you're talking about like
you're burrowing in the seed that's never coming out, and they're now in hacker mindset.
Right.
You're infecting them with a hacker virus.
Yeah. I mean, I would hope that they use that for good and InfoSec and become part of that community and things. But I had an interesting experience today, just sitting out on the floor, where some person came up to me and said, hey, I just want to thank you. And normally I think that's, yeah. We put together con, it's a community thing, whatever, and you're welcome, or whatever. He's no, thank you. Because what you did and what you've done with this conference has changed my entire life. And you're like, okay, that seems kind of cliche or whatever, but somebody's like, no, I came here, my life was on a totally different trajectory. I was going to be doing XYZ career, and that's my plan, and I was in college and doing these things, and I came to this place, and I realized that, oh my goodness, I had this aptitude for learning, hacking, and he says, I sat down, I learned how to pick locks, I learned about vulnerabilities, attended a couple of talks, and he says, I'm now in the InfoSec community, I just got my first job, I'm super excited about it, and it's totally switched that guy's outlook on life. In a I hope it's a positive way. I mean, if he was going to go be the next Albert Einstein or something, maybe we did something wrong there, but it's so cool to see that. I mean, it's been many years where, some of these people that came in when they're young that are starting to grow up and become part of the system. In fact, we just had a talk over there with somebody that used to be a kid that came to SAINTCON that is now leading one of our communities, and it's one of the coolest and best represented communities we have here. So
awesome. Well, thanks for impacting his life.
Yeah.
Thanks for impacting a lot of people's lives. And thanks for hanging out with us in the SAINTCON hallway.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you.